Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna be talking about a Pokemon called Lucario. Lucario's been an OU staple for the past several generations, right? Since it came out, it's been an OU staple. And okay, let me begin. Lucario, I've never really liked Lucario. I've never really been a Lucario fan. When I saw Lucario's stats and stuff on paper, I didn't think it was all that amazing until the homie, my friend Oscar. I'm not gonna give his last name, but my friend Oscar, right? He gave me a prankster adamant. He gave me a prankster adamant Riolu, and it had the attack EV set already. It had some good speed EVs as well. I raised it to a Lucario. I raised it max attack, max speed. I gave it close combat, extreme speed, I believe, and swords dance. And I usually run it with a focus sash, so he can have a turn to set up, regardless of whatever hit it's gonna take, unless they use like stealth rock or something, right? But with Lucario really surprised me. I had to grow to like Lucario. Like I wasn't ever really a Lucario fan. I didn't like the stats. It's 70 HP, 70 defense, 70 special defense. So its defenses aren't all that amazing. They're not terrible, but they're nowhere close to amazing. The fighting steel typing it has really makes up for a lot of its defenses, right? Because fighting and steel, that's a good type combination. The attacks are 110 base attack, 115 special attack, which are pretty good. By themselves, if a Pokemon by itself has 110 attack, that's nothing amazing. 110 base attack isn't amazing. It's good, it's alright, it's decent, but it's not amazing. 115 special attacks pretty good too. And together, that's a pretty good dual like attack special attack combination. The speed is 90, which is it's not terrible, but in OU it can get outsped by a lot of things. You know what I mean? I don't know if Volcarona at this moment is still OU, but Volcarona it's gonna do some damage to Lucario. But with Lucario, the defenses aren't all that great. The attacking stats are pretty good. The speed isn't amazing. So when I first saw it, when I searched up Smogon and whatnot, and I looked at it, it didn't impress me that much. To be honest with you, like I said a million times, I've never really been a Lucario fan. But when I used this Lucario or this Riolu that I evolved into Lucario in battle, that my friend Oscar gave me, it really made me like Lucario. I grew to like Lucario because it's not the best on paper and stuff, but in battle it's very effective. It's a really good Pokemon. And when I used it, like I started to realize like dang, no wonder this Pokemon is OU. Like it's OU for a reason, you know what I mean? +2 priority on extreme speed is really good. Is really good. Close combat is a good move. You know what I mean? Honestly, when I run Lucario, it would either be I don't really do the special Lucario set. I'm not a fan of moves like Focus Blast and Stone Edge. They are good moves, but they're not as reliable because of the accuracy they have. But yeah, don't get me wrong, they're good moves. I usually do the adamant one or jolly. I run close combat with either bullet punch or extreme speed, and what is that other move? Swords dance, right? With the focus sash. I'm not a fan of life orbing Lucario. I like focus sashing it, so I'm guaranteed at least like one turn of setup. You know what I mean? If they don't have rocks up. Um, yeah, Lucario's a really good Pokemon. Oh, and another alternative to Lucario is instead of since if you're gonna run like say close combat, you can, instead of running like adamant and then minus, because a lot of people who run like an adamant Lucario, they also, with close combat and stuff, they also run it with focus blast, right? But adamant, it's negative. It deducts from the. It's a positive attack nature. It's a negative special attack nature. But another alternative you can do is, since you're gonna be using close combat anyway, and since after one close, I mean Lucario's defensive stats aren't great, and if you use one close combat, they're gonna suck, right? An alternative is, instead of using a nature like adamant or modest, you can use a nature that's positive attack or positive special attack and like minus defense or minus special defense. Since you're gonna be running close combat and stuff anyway, you know what I mean? You might as well, like, what's that little boost, little deduction in stats, in defensive stats, if you're losing like 50% defense and special defense with one close combat hit, you know what I mean? Uh yeah, I like speed on my Pokemon. Like I usually use Jolly and Hasty and stuff like that over in any Pokemon in general, over like purely attacking, you know what I mean? I love attack, but I lean more towards the speed and stuff. But yeah, Lucario's a good Pokemon. Definitely give it a try out. The stats don't say it all. With Lucario, you really got to see how good he is in battle. And if you've used him in battle, you'll know he's a good Pokemon. Oh yeah, with the biggest disadvantage of Lucario is really the bulk. You know what I mean? Like, say you use Swords Dance on a Garchomp, right? With Garchomp, you're gonna have a easier time Swords Dancing because Garchomp has pretty good bulk. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I use Swords Dance on a Garchomp, I can possibly set up like two, maybe three Swords Dances. You know what I mean? But with Lucario, you really gotta think it out when you wanna use a move like Swords Dance, because the bulk isn't as good. Lucario might get KO'd by the time you get one Swords Dance up. So you want to be smart about that, and practical about it too, you know what I mean? It doesn't, since it's a frail Pokemon, like, it doesn't have as many, since Lucario is a frail Pokemon, it doesn't have as many opportunities to set up, good opportunities to set up, like, compared to a Pokemon like Garchomp. You know what I mean? Lucario doesn't have as many opportunities to set up. I mean, but if you work around its weaknesses and know like its limitations and stuff, it can really do a lot of good for your team. You know what I mean? And Mega Lucario, I'm not too familiar with Mega Lucario right now. I definitely will be trying it out in the future and seeing what's up with that. But right now, this is more geared toward Lucario use. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Give Lucario a try. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of Lucario at first, but I like Lucario now. I grew to like Lucario. Yeah, that's pretty much it.